Come on, welcome to Nora's Word. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for tuning in. Tag a friend, invite a friend, share the video, tell them we are on. This is the Mother's Day special, and we want to see you connected. Come on in. Let's just spend this time together. Thank you for tuning in. Invite somebody, share the video. Thank you. Thank you. This is the day that the Lord has made. I'm super excited. For everybody who's on right now, I want to just tell you thank you for coming on. Today is Mother's Day, and we are celebrating mothers. As we all know, you can't speak about mothers and not speak about marriage. So all two of these blend together, and we'll be talking about just a little bit of everything today. I want to say a big shout out to all of the mothers on Women of Value who follow me, those who are just sacrificing every day to raise their kids, the ones that are having sleepless nights, who are doing double jobs, making sure their kids are being taken care of. Thank you so much for what you do. You are really a hero. I want to just celebrate you. For those who maybe they lost their husbands and they're single and they're raising their kids, shout out to you. I want to encourage you. For those who are also, maybe you are divorced and you are raising your kids and you have kids that you are raising to be an impact to the society. Thank you so much. For the single mothers, those who are just raising a kid. Maybe it's not your child, but you are mentoring that child to become somebody good tomorrow. Or maybe you are just a mother or grandmother, whoever you are. Happy Mother's Day. I want to just from the bottom of my heart let you know how I feel about you guys. You guys are awesome. All the mothers all over the world. Thank you for what you do. You are the reason why the world exists. Let me tell you, every minister was birthed through a mother, or president was birthed through a mother. Whoever you are, maybe a bishop or an apostle, everyone was birthed through a mother. And that's what made a woman so important, because she has a history. And nobody can take that history from her. So you are important. Know it today. You are not just an ordinary person. You are special to the world and to your family. So value yourself. Value yourself. Thank you so much for being a mother. And so today, celebrating mothers, we're not going to go outside of the box and not talk about where this mother originated from. As a believer, I would love to just explain to you a little bit, or maybe tell you what kind of mother we're talking about today. We have different kinds of mother. They are the widow, they are singles, they're married, and all of that. But we're talking about a godly mother today. Godly mother. Who is that godly mother? Is she perfect? No. Is she without blemish? No. She is just an ordinary woman, but she chose to be different because she wants to be a godly woman. And who is that godly woman? She has a different kind of characteristics that she has in her that other women do not have. That's the difference. She's not sinless. She's not faultless. She's still trying to be the better woman that she can be, but she's chose to have attribute that other women do not have. And we're going to be speaking about that woman today. Do not get offended. A godly woman. And so today we're going to be looking at a book that I love so much to read about. I speak about the woman. When you speak about Proverbs 31 woman, a lot of people feel it's a slavery woman that was spoken about decades ago, because the attitude she portray, people feel that it cannot be possible to live that attitude today. Because today when a woman is asked, and when a woman is doing a lot, she feels that she's being used as a slave. She's being used as somebody who does not have a right. No. The Proverbs 31 woman knows that she has a right. She has ownership. But she has attitude that is not forceful. She does them willingly. But in this 21st century, the reason why there are so many divorces, even in the church, is because that attribute of a woman has been taken out of the woman. She's now looking at comparing herself. She's now looking at trying to feel that she's feeling like she's not what she is, whereas she already has all of that character and that attribute of who she is. All she has to do is to portray who really she is, willingly and with voluntarily. It's not even forceful. It's in her. It's her nature. But we found out today that a lot of women would not even do that because they feel they're being used as a slave. No, you are not. And so we see divorce everywhere. The option that we have today is make sure when we're going through certain things in our marriages, we just want to just walk away because we don't want to even face what we want to face. We say, okay, I can't stand this, and the first option is divorce. But today I want to let you know the woman, that Proverbs 31 woman, is just being a wise woman. She's a woman of wisdom, and so she uses everything that she does with wisdom to make sure her marriage works and her children will become the children they have to become tomorrow. You will ask me, what's the difference between the Proverbs 31 woman raising her children and they becoming somebody else, and somebody else will not do the same thing? Anyway, we see pastors' children misbehaving. We see bishops' children even being the worst one in the street. But statistically, a woman who will really implant into her children that godly attribute, you will find out that it's not as equal as it is. And so she has some secrets that a woman who is using her own power and her own strength will not have. And so today we're going to be talking about all of those characteristics of that woman. I want to say a big thank you for all of you that are on and are watching, your parents. Maybe you have a question to ask. Feel free to ask your question. Put in your contribution. I am hoping to be able to see them and see the questions and be able to answer them. And so we'll be talking about that Proverbs 31 woman. What are those characteristics that she has that makes her different? The Proverbs 31 woman is, they said a woman, she's a woman who has, she's more than a ruby. What is a ruby? A ruby is a kind of diamond. She's priceless. She doesn't have a price. She doesn't put her price tag on whatever is even so more expensive in the world. She has more quality than a ruby will have. So she's priceless. She doesn't have any price. She doesn't want to even be, you can't even qualify who she is. She's more than qualified. So she's priceless. That's who that woman is. She doesn't have a price. She carries herself without price. So she's more than whatever the ruby can be. A ruby is the kind of diamond, the most expensive diamond in the world. She's priceless. And a virtuous woman is the one who leads her home with integrity and discipline. Number one, she leads her home with integrity and discipline. That's who that mother is, that virtuous woman. That Proverbs 31 woman, she leads her home with integrity and discipline. Everything she does, she tries to do it for the life of her family. She's focused on the family. It's all about the family being together, being good. How to see her children succeed, and how to see her husband succeed. That's the mindset that she has. She is a woman who knows what to do, and she does it with integrity and with discipline. That's number one. And number two, her husband trusts her. Let me tell you, when a man trusts a woman, he can allow you to run everything that he has. Her husband trusts her. He gives her freedom to do whatever she wants to do. You will not believe it when a man trusts a woman. He can even allow her to even rule his own life. And people will say, "Oh, why is she holding that man by the nose so much?" The African would say she's holding him by the nose. She can tell you anyway she want to turn him. But what you don't understand that you are the neck of that man, and the neck is the one that turns the entire the body the way you want it. And so the head is on the neck, and so the neck uses the body to be able to turn it around. So the woman turns that man the way she wants him because he trusts her. Number two. That's number two. Number three. She prays and reads the word of God every day. You tell me, oh, how does she do it? She doesn't go to work? Yes, she does go to work. But she has a priority because she knows that that's where her focus comes from. That's where her strength comes from. So she reads the word of God, and then she makes sure she draws her strength from in there. So that when trouble days come, she can be able to refer back to that word that she's reading. She reads the word and make sure the word is rooted in her. That's that Proverbs 31 woman. And you will say, oh, well, I do read the word of God also. Why am I not getting the same benefit? Or why am I not called a godly woman? That godly Proverbs 31 woman is the one who is rooted in the word. The word of God is her first preference. She refers to that whenever she finds herself in a storm. She doesn't go about complaining and telling everybody how much the word is coming apart in her marriage. She refers to that particular word that she's been reading and is rooted into her. That's number three. And number four, everything she does it willingly. That is when she's working. Whatever the work she's doing, she does it willingly. She's not doing things because she's forced to do it. When she's working, she has that mindset that I'm working because I need to be a helpmate. Or helpmate, somebody who does things voluntarily. She's working because she does it willingly. She pays the bills willingly. She takes care of the kids willingly. She takes care of her spouse willingly. Everything she does is willingly. She's not being forced to do anything. So she does them with a heart full of gratitude. She knows that she's doing it because she has a future tomorrow. Before even people will begin to see the fruit of what she's doing, she has to be willing to do certain things that will make her to be that mother that everybody will call her, the mother to the nation. You don't earn that name just like that. You have to go through the process. So she does every job she does that willingly. And then number five, she is persistent. Persistent. She knows what to do and she does it, and she does it with someone. She does it to make sure everybody feels happy. She's persistent in what she does. She doesn't do anything today and she stops, and then tomorrow she do another thing. If she has to do a business, she's persistent in doing that particular business. It will take her years. She will be doing it because she wants to see results. It's the same way she does about when it comes to her home and to her children. She never gives up on her children. She never gives up on her marriage or on her spouse. She is persistent in everything she does. She tells herself, I know that I'm going to succeed in what I'm doing. So I'm going to do it with persistence. Every day she wakes up from bed, she knows that she has a goal and she must obtain that particular goal. So she's persistent in whatever she does. She never gives up. Very persistent. She does. Give her is not even her book. Give her is the last thing she will ever think about. She does it over and over until she can see a better result. She's a persistent woman, the godly woman. That Proverbs 31 woman, she's very persistent. And then number 6, she can be counted on. Have you ever seen, maybe you have a girlfriend or maybe you have a guy friend and that you can't count on, and maybe you're doing something and you tell yourself, I know Joy is not going to come and see me today. I know her attitude. You can't count on her. I hear people say that with their friendships. Oh, you can't count on her. There are things she can say. She doesn't know how to really do. I know when I tell her about this, she's not going to do it. But the godly woman can be counted upon. You can trust her. You can make sure you know that she's a woman who you can be able to say, I know today when I tell her to come over here, she's going to come because I trust her. She's somebody you can be able to trust. You can be able to say, I can count on this lady. Even if it's midnight and I'm going through struggle, I can be able to call her and tell her, says, I need to pray with you. She will wake up and pray with me. She's somebody I can be able to pray with. I can be able to call her at midnight and tell her what I'm going through. I can cry on her shoulders. You can count on her. She's the godly woman. You can be able to call and tell her my children are misbehaving. She's going to keep all of that to her. And you guys are going to intercede and make sure those kids come back to themselves and become the kids that God has called them to become. You can count on her. She's accountable. That's it, number 6. Number 7, she has a servant spirit. She has a servant spirit. She knows that serving is one of her attributes. A woman is a woman who can multitask. A mother can be on, she can be on the phone. She can have a baby in her right hand. She can be doing laundry at the same time, trying to still cook. She has all of those qualities at the same time. So serving is not what she doesn't do serving with anger. The fact that she's serving her husband, she's serving her kids, and she's serving other people, for her is an act of joy. She does it with the whole heart because she knows she has that servant spirit. And she took it from the man who is her father, who is above, because he himself had a servant spirit. So she was born to be a servant. So serving, it doesn't mean anything to her. She does it with a lot of joy, and she does it with hope and with peace and everything. So she serves with all of her heart, be it her children, be it her spouse. She's doing it because she knows she wants them to become the better of them. That's number 6. Number 7, she lives an orderly life. She's not only orderly spiritually, but she's orderly physically. Have you ever seen there are women who do not have order, even in their own lives? Even before you talk about their own children. When I mean order, everything must have order in the home. There must be things that needs to be done. If you are a woman who does not even order your own life, then it's hard to even order the life of your children. Or maybe let's say you want your spouse to change. The first of all, you have to be a woman who knows, I wake up this time around 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I know I go to work around 7:30. I know I have to be back at 3 o'clock and I have to do dinner. I have to make sure my kids have to study the lessons. I have to make sure that I have to do laundry. I have to make sure that I have to tell my kids that I have to find time to be with them and have kids time, girls time, and boys time. I have to make sure my house is clean. I have to clean my bathroom 2 or 3 times a week. I have to make sure I teach my kids how to be able to put their things in order. I have to make sure I go to the room every evening when I come from work to make sure I do inspection to see how the rooms look like. But while I'm doing that to my kids, I make sure my own is already also done properly. You can't put other people in order when you are not in order yourself. You can't be telling people how to live their life right and you're not living even right. You have to be an orderly person. You have to portray what you tell other people to do. You have to have an order in your way of behaving, the way you speak, the way you act. Everything must have order. If not, you cannot be able to lead a home the way you want to lead it, because there's going to always be fight. There's going to be disagreement because you're not even in order. Even your own kids will start to even murmur and say things when you tell them to do things. Oh, mommy, you don't even clean your own room. You have to clean my room. They will start telling you things that they don't even have to say. They might be saying it out of joke, but these are things that they'll be telling you with facts, and it's painful. So you have to make sure whatever you're telling people to do, you even do better than they do. So make sure you do things with order. She's a woman of order. She put things in order. And number 8, she is an encourager. Every godly woman encourages people. The first word that comes out of the godly woman's mouth when she hears things about anybody is to encourage them. Be kind to them. To sympathize with them. She's not somebody who hears something about somebody and she's excited because the person is going through some struggles. She's always encouraging. She wants to be able to tell somebody it's going to be okay. Even to her own children, she tells them that that they will be okay, that their life is going to get better and they're going to be somebody who God has called them to become. Whenever, when she sees them failing, she makes sure she tell them, hey, let me tell you, even though you are not doing well in this lesson, you are not playing that football right, you are not playing that basketball right, but I want to let you know you are the best and you're gonna be successful. Just keep holding on. She's gonna tell her, even her friends who are going through struggles in their own marriages, who feel that everything is falling apart, she'll begin to encourage them and tell them, hey, let me tell you something, your marriage is gonna be okay. Your kids will be good. Just hold on. Know that God has you. She's an encouraging person everywhere she goes. Even if she meets somebody in the street who is a drunk or alcoholic or maybe a drug abuser, she encourages them with the kind words, love. She shows them that love from that comes from deep within. She's an encourager. That's what a godly woman is. She doesn't criticize people just like that. She doesn't just judge people. She look at them and try to figure out what is really wrong with them. She begins to figure out what has gone wrong in their lives. She feel their pain for them. She's an encourager. And number 9, if I'm not mistaken, is number 9. Number 9, she knows how to walk in forgiveness. You know, one of the hardest things to ever do in a man's life is to forgive people. It's so hard. It's so hard. But then we have to understand that it's because God has forgiven us that we are able to sit and say what we have to say. Because we ourselves were wretched. We did things that didn't even matter. We live a life that nobody had to even want to come around us. And we still continue to live that life. There are times you offend people, even in your words, in your attitude, the way you see things, the way you say things. People see it as an offense, but they still try to move on with you. But there are some people who just say, me, I'm not going to forgive that person until death do us part. I'm not going to consider it for the second time. They never have gave any second chance. But a godly woman is somebody who's willing to forgive. She walks in forgiveness. Even with her spouse, with her children, she's willing to give that second chance to them because she knows that they can always be better if she also can be better. They walk in forgiveness. So anybody who forgives quickly know how to walk in love. So love is her first attribute. She forgives quickly. She sees that there's she knows that there's a second chance every time, everywhere in somebody's life. She gave a second chance. No matter how much you offended her, she comes on and say, I forgive you and I'm going to just live right with you. She opened her heart up. She's not somebody who will say, I'm forgiving, but I'm not going to forget. No. She forgives, she forgets, and she walks like a child. Because when a child is maybe you offend a child, you beat that child, the child comes back with an open arm and begin to embrace you, your own children. You'll be like, is this child ready to see what? That's how a godly mother is. She forgives. She doesn't keep offenses. She doesn't keep her hurts. Even though she's being hurt, but she doesn't keep them because she knows she doesn't even have enough space to be able to keep that hurt. She has a lot to give out. People are looking at her as an example. So she frees her heart, she frees her mind out of all of those unforgiveness, and she tries to walk with forgiveness. She tries to love on people and try to just see them in the eyes of God. So she walks in forgiveness. She's a woman who forgives. Number 10. She's an entrepreneur. She's an entrepreneur. A godly woman is a woman she invests in things. Proverbs 31 tells us she's a woman who wakes up while it's still night. And she goes up to 5 off countries. And she brings merchandise from those countries and bring it to her home and begin to sell them to people. She's a woman who is, she's into business. She knows that she has to do that to be able to keep her family going. So she's a woman who makes sure she's doing business here and there. She has that other business, maybe in Dubai, another one in China, another one in Africa, in Europe. She's an entrepreneur. She makes sure everything she does it with a business mind. She knows that whatever I'm doing, I have to do it with somebody who wants to do business. I don't want to just make sure I go to work and then come home and what I earn is what I pay bills and we sit down. She wants to invest so that tomorrow when there's a rainy day, she can be able to depend on those business that she's doing. I will be able to support her family. She's a woman who know how to buy field and make sure she build houses and make sure that they have a home to live in. She's not afraid of winter. Even when winter time is coming, she knows she have enough blanket for her family to cover them up. She's a woman who invests in everything she sees because she sees the future in investment. She knows that today, if I invest in real estate, I'm going to make sure I sell houses and my children will come and take that legacy and they're going to run with it. She's an investor, an entrepreneur. She has a business mindset. She doesn't just think about just herself. Oh, I'm going to make sure I buy out of the Gucci bags. I will make sure I buy out of the red bottom shoes. But no, she invests her money. She invests her money into doing business for the entire family. And then number 11. She gives to the poor and gives to the needy. Anybody who's a godly woman and who has a family, who has a home, that she knows that she's a mother, she gives to those who are in need, in her neighborhood, maybe in her community, in her nation. She gave to those people to make them to know that she's not only doing anything about herself, only about her and her children, but she gave to people that the people know that that she's walking in love and doing what she has to do. She never think about only teaching her children. Everything she does is about expanding them, about giving to the people who need most. It's true, she might not even have enough. There are some women who don't even have enough soap in their house, but they prefer to give to their next door neighbor. And their kids will be complaining, well, mommy, we don't have soap. She said, yes. They need it more than we do. There are mothers like that. And those are the mothers that have that heart. They give to those who in need. They don't even have enough rice, but they give the last cup of rice to somebody who's next door. They don't even have enough soup, but they give that to another neighbor because they know that that neighbor needs it more than they do. They give to the needy. They give to the poor. That's why, even as a wife, as a mother, as a spouse, because of the attitude that you have in a society, people will be able to see your husband and say, behind every successful man is a strong woman. This is the character of that woman who is a strong woman. She has strength. She's courageous. She knows what to do. She does things that she knows is going to impact not only her life, but impact the life of her family and that of her spouse. She's always willing to do the best of what she can. You're going to be asking me, is it that easy to do what you're saying? All of those 11 points, I have more than that. There are more points that I have to say where I cannot say it because of time. But you will be asking, is it that easy? No, it's not. It's not easy. But then number 12, she is a woman who fears God. I'm going to stop on that note and then go into this discussion. She fears God. You're going to ask me, how does a woman who fears God behave? And what about the woman who knows that she knows God behaves? The woman who fears God will always take her trouble to the Lord. And she will always wait for answers. She never does anything on her own emotions. And she always try to make sure she refer whatever she's going through to the word of God. If I did this, is God going to be pleased with me? If I had this attitude, is he going to be okay with me? Oh, I want to take a decision. Is it going to be right if I do this? Suppose Jesus was just in front of me this afternoon. He was here and I had to do this thing. Was he going to be happy with my attitude? Was he going to be happy that I had to do what I'm doing? You have to ask yourself all of these questions. You're going to say, okay, it's hard. We are humans. We live in a world that is full of wickedness. I agree with you. But that's what makes you a godly and exceptional woman. You're not like anybody else. And so you have that attitude of a woman who knows where to run to and where to hide when it's raining and when she's going through struggle. And so this afternoon, I just want to encourage you and I let you know that a godly woman have all of these attributes. She can never do all of them in her own strength. No. She does them by the grace of God because she keeps asking for God's grace. And I want you to understand that she goes to the Lord all of the time and asking what she needs to do when it comes to her children, when it comes to her spouse. And you'll tell me, okay, I have fasted, I have prayed, and I've done all I can, but my husband is not changing. Okay, you did. When you were fasting, what was your mindset? Sometimes we fast and we fast on our own and want to tell God what to do for us. Oh Lord, I want to hear the answer to this the particular subject I'm going through. But then you are not fasting and asking God for his will. You are asking him to do what you want him to do because you already have a mindset. So it's about time that whatever you're going through in your marriage, maybe your children are misbehaving, your spouse who you got married to in the beginning of your relationship, everything was so well, but now things have just changed. He has become a changed man. You don't know what happened. I always tell women, go back to your memory line. You guys got married maybe 15 years ago. And the man was so nice when you guys got married. When did he change? When did his attitude change? You have to go back to that memory line and come back to yourself and try to walk in the way you need to do to bring that marriage back together. You are the one to fix that marriage. Or you tell me, oh, but that's too selfish. What is he doing to be the man of the house? Father's Day is coming. We're going to talk about the fathers, but today we're talking about mothers, godly mothers. The ones that hold their marriage together. If you read Proverbs 31, it doesn't tell you about what the husband was doing. The Bible said he was in the gate, sitting with his friends in the gate. While the woman did almost everything. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you will say, okay, but that woman nowadays does not exist. She's a slave because she's paying all of the bills. She's making sure she sends the kids to school. She has to pay houses. She has to make sure she sells. She does all. She's a slave. No, that's not true. We still have godly women today who are doing just that particular thing in Proverbs 31. There are women who are still old school and they believe that they have the power to lead their home. That's their right. That's why they call helpmate. Somebody who helps is somebody who's helping all of the time. If I have a friend that I have to help, that means I have an upper hand. The person does not have certain things that I have. They need my help. And so I must be able to produce as a helpmate. And so if you are a helpmate and you are married to a man who does not have any push, you have to push him. If you're married to a man who does not know how to invest his money, help him to invest his money. That's why you are there. If you're married to a man who does not know what it is to be able to get himself connected, maybe on some platforms, push him into that. That's why they say behind every successful man is that great woman behind him, who's praying for him, who's interceding for him, who's making sure he looks good when he goes out there. He doesn't go out with his shirt not being ironed. He doesn't go out with his hair on and his hair not being cut. He makes sure he's sharp. His beards are all cut. His hair are cut. He makes sure his shoes are fitting. Why? Because it's her image also to her friends that sees her husband out there. It's about time we go back to that old school and be the wives that we are called to become. I'm telling you, you will tell me, okay, but then I can't do that because let me tell you, I'm working just as you work. We're paying bills together. We're doing this together, honey. That's why there's always going to be trouble. Because if you don't go back to that old school, the Bible has never lied. It has been a book that always established, that always existed, and I always tell the truth, and I believe in the truth. You have to go back to that same book and use the book of wisdom. You have to know that book works. What does it say about a woman who wants to maintain her marriage, her home? She has to be that woman who is selfless. Or not to be a slave, though. Not to be used. Not to be molested. Not to be abused. But I'm telling you, like I always say, there's no woman who knows how to be selfless, who knows how to serve her children, who knows how to serve her home, that people will just walk upon. I'm telling you the truth. You will be defended by even the God himself, no matter what it is. But all you have to know to do is marriage is not easy. It doesn't come on a silver platter. You have to nurture it. For those who are not married, who plan to get married, maybe you want to get married to a woman tomorrow, or you're getting married to your lady, you want to get married to a man. Make sure there's a right foundation. That's where all starts from. If you are single and you are watching, marriage starts on a foundation that when the foundation is not right, there's nothing you can do. You have to make sure the foundation of your marriage is right. That's where all starts from. And so maybe you're saying, okay, we didn't start with our marriage. We started on a note where it wasn't even godly. Maybe we fornicated. Maybe we met in a nightclub. It's never too late. You can still go back to the Lord and rededicate your marriage to him and say, here we are. We laid our marriage before you. We want you to bless our marriage and make it work again. He can do it. He's the God who restores. He restores everything that is broken. He's the God of mercy. As long as you guys are together and working and walking and according to his will and go back and say, Lord, restore our marriage. He's willing to restore that marriage and make it work again. But you have to be willing to do it. Because he wants to be the center of that marriage. He doesn't want to be put aside. That when you guys have confusion, you have to be running to be seeing other people. Whereas you have to come together and then let God take absolute control of what you guys are going through. It's about time that we see our marriage in the eyes of the Lord. We cannot keep running our homes the way we want it. We cannot. We have to understand that we have a role to play. Our kids are looking at us. Our children want to see an example. If you know you want to leave a legacy for your kids tomorrow, you have to go back to that old school, to be that old school woman that you have to be. I believe that whatever your children see is what they become. Somebody will say, oh no, my children not even like me. Oh, my kids, they didn't even bring anything of me. It's not true. It could be generational. Maybe before you got born again, maybe before you got saved, you had some attitudes that you didn't get rid of, and now you are married, you're having kids, and your kids come in having the same attitude. You're like, where did she take that attitude from? Go back in your family line and see what's going on. So your kids, you are the first role model for your kids. Your daughter sees you behaving in the house. She sees the way you shout. She sees the way you run the home. She's copying everything. Tomorrow she'll be like, I don't want to get married. If that's how marriage is, I don't want to be that woman who'll be shouting and screaming all over the place. But when she sees her mother who knows how to carry herself, who's calm, she becomes just like that. Maybe your son is watching you. Your son wants to see a woman who will be respectful to her husband. He wants to see a woman who is loving, kind, courageous, have strength. And then he wants to get married to that woman. But if he sees a mother who is always complaining how the father is not giving nothing, she's the one struggling, definitely tomorrow he's not going to even cherish being married. And so I want to just urge you, if you are on this line and you are watching, you are the best woman ever that God has created. There's something special about you. All you have to do is to be able to look at all of these 12 points and see where you're not walking at and begin to walk in them. And I'm sure, and I'm really sure that God is going to make a better woman than you ever think. That woman who value herself, that woman of purpose, that woman of destiny. That's who you are. And I want to just say thank you to all of you that came on this afternoon. I want to say a shout out to all of the women that are on there. You are the best. You might not be doing all of the 12 that I just said earlier on. But remember, there's always a new beginning. You can start from today. You will say, okay, I've done all of this, but nothing seems working. Allow God to take absolute control. He's the one who is in charge of your life, and he wants to be able to control your life in every way. You will say, okay, I've been divorced more than 3, 4, 5 times. Don't rush. It's not time to get into a relationship. You will say, okay, my husband passed and I find it hard to get married to another man. Okay, good. You can still remain single and still be happy. You don't have to get remarried. As long as you have your kids, your grandkids, take care of them and be the best version of you. I believe marriage is not It's not made for maybe everyone. I believe that. Even though God created the earth and he wants us to replenish and subdue and multiply, but I believe that people like Paul. Paul did not get married. But he was consistent. He remained faithful until he died. And so if you are not married, don't feel that it's the end of the world. But if you do desire to do so, but do it on a very great principles and a good foundation. I love you guys. Happy Mother's Day. It's such a pleasure coming all of the time to you. If you have any questions, we are willing. Go on my website, womenofvalue.net. Send us a message, Nora@womenofvalue.net. Go on our social media platforms. We are all over the place. We are everywhere. We want to hear from you. If you are going through struggles in your marriage and you want to talk, just go on there and just send an email, and we'll all come on and walk with you. We have a word of encouragement every day that we send out there. We will coach you and we will counsel you. We will walk together and be the women that we are called to be in the society. We can still raise up godly children. We can still have godly husbands. It all starts with the woman you are today. Maybe you may not even be married, but prepare yourself because you're going to be that godly woman that God has called you to become. It all starts from preparation. Begin to walk according to what God has called you to become. So that when you begin to have your children, you begin to train them up in a godly way. And they will become the men and women in their own generation who will impact the world. Thank you for tuning in. I love you guys. See you on Tuesday, our midday prayer. See you on Friday for our midnight prayer. I love you guys. And I really, really, really want to begin to continue to just see you on here. Thank you for your encouragement. I love you and I love you. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. I wish I could just hug you, but it's a social distancing hug on my side. I'll hug you with a big hug. You can be the better mother that you want to become. Just desire it. No woman is less important and no woman is any lower. Every woman is important. The way you carry yourself, the way you take yourself is what adds that value to you. And you can do that today. Begin today. You can still be that woman who her children will rise and call her blessed. And her husband will rise up and even praise her among the people. Have you seen some men? They will stand and say, I'm where I am because my wife made me. You can be that woman. Thank you so much for coming on. God bless you. I love you guys. See you on Tuesday. Bye.